Hey guys, Monke AU here with another video, and today we're going to be quickly going through my UFC Macau predictions. Now, there are a lot of fighters on this card. I will watch most of it. It is really intriguing, don't get me wrong, but just for the sake of this video, I'm only going to review the ones that are really significant. So, first fight, Carlos Ulberg versus Volkan Ozdemir. I think Ulberg is definitely going to get a KO in this fight, and I say this because Ozdemir, he's good, don't get me wrong, but the only times he gets brutally knocked out is by people with unreal power, right? That was evident in the Yuri Prohaska fight, and Ulberg, I think, is on that level. I think he carries unreal power. He's going to be a good fighter in the future, and I think it's just a matter of time until Ozdemir gets caught. Yeah, I really don't think there's much to this fight. I just think it's a matter of time until Ulberg eventually finds his head and puts him to sleep. Next fight, main event, the one I'm really intrigued, the former bantamweight champion Petr Yan versus former flyweight champ Deiveson Figueiredo. This one's really close in my opinion because the odds makers have it ridiculously one-sided at Petr Yan, and I get it, I understand, but they're implying that Song Yadong was a harder fight for Petr Yan than Deiveson Figueiredo, which just blows my mind. And let's just be honest, at 299, it was great that he got that win over Song Yadong, but it wasn't the best. It was a 29-28 if my memory serves me correct, which means, and also he won round 3, I'm pretty much solely based off his wrestling from memory, which again, that's going to be tricky to pull off against Deiveson because his wrestling and his jiu-jitsu is 100% better than Petr Yan's. I think what it really comes down to is Petr Yan's boxing is going to be technically better than Deiveson. I also think that due to the fact that Deiveson leaves his hands down and relies on head movement to evade punches instead of just blocking, Deiveson needs to be on point, because if he slips up and he gets caught with Petr Yan's power, he's in serious trouble. I don't know if Deiveson has ever been knocked out. I don't think so, and I don't think he's been rocked badly necessarily, but there are moments when he is susceptible to being hit quite a lot, and I don't think he can afford to do that with Petr Yan. Conversely, Petr Yan, he relies on on blocking to avoid getting hit. And Deiveson Figueiredo, especially at bantamweight, and even at flyweight, he is carrying unreal power. Pound for pound, this guy may as well be the Poatan of the lighter weight class divisions, right? Because this guy knocked down Marlon Vera, who couldn't be knocked down, with a nasty knee by Sean O'Malley. And he dropped Pantoja, who, as we know, has one of the greatest chins in the UFC, which might age poorly considering he's going to fight next month, but he's hoping. Because of that, I just think that Figueiredo, he's going to be more explosive and he's going to rack up points. And also, put it this way, Petr Yan, notorious for being a slow starter because he gathers information, blah, blah, blah. If Deiveson can win rounds 1, 2, and 3 convincingly, the onus is going to be on Petr Yan to get the knockout finish, right? Which I don't think he's going to be able to do because Deiveson is smart and he realizes, especially in the Pantoja fight, when he realized, dude, I've kicked this guy's ass for 2 rounds, I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to use my head movement. I'm going to avoid the fight, which, say that what you will. Also, to be fair, in that fight, he nearly got caught at the end by Pantoja, but I think he's going to be far smarter against Petr Yan. His chin's going to be better at 135. His cardio is probably going to be better. I don't know whether or not he gasses as much these days. I don't think so. Also, Petr Yan, it's been a while since he's gone the full 5 rounds because I don't see this fight ending early. And because of that, I just think Deiveson has the keys to victory here. It's just unfortunate that Petr Yan, he's a slow starter. Peter's chance to victory, in my opinion, is probably going to be knocking out Figueiredo because he's going to find Figueiredo when his head movement lets him down, right? And that's how he's going to knock him out. But I just think that Figueiredo is going to be smart enough to know this going into the fight camp and may even employ some use of some teep kicks to keep him away, or just flat out keeping his hands up with a high guard just to avoid the power of Petr Yan. And again, Petr Yan, he may not have been rocked, but if he gets rocked badly by Figueiredo, which I think could happen very easily, he's always going to be worried about, man, if I push this guy too much, I'm just going to get countered and put to sleep, which would be devastating. And I think if that's the case, if Deiveson wins convincingly against Petr Yan, I think he should get the title shot against Merab immediately. Umar, I'm sorry, I love you, but come on, Davison's on a 4-5 at this point. He'll be on a 4 or 5 fight winning streak at bantamweight. Defeated 2 former champions and a title contender. That's an incredible resume. That's an incredible resume at bantamweight. And against Marab, I think Davison probably loses that fight, but he's hoping. Also, I think betting wise, this is actually really easy money to go on Figueiredo because, in my opinion, I think this is way closer than what it should be. This is 50-50. And if you should listen to anyone, you should listen to me because I called Charles Oliveira and Michael Chandler going to a decision last week, which no one saw that coming. And man, I wish I listened to myself. I wish I put money on that. But still, I like favoring the underdogs because more often than not, they actually come through. And I think that Figueiredo is far too big of an underdog. And I think he's got a really good chance of beating Petr Yan. I just also want to say that this is one of the greatest fights that they could have made. Two former champions, not necessarily in their prime. I think Peter's a little bit past it, but they're still really competitive, both on a winning streak, kinda. And yeah, this may as well be the number one contender fight because Umar, I don't know if they're actually going to give him the title shot of one of these guys do something convincing. They probably will, but still, great fight. I'll be tuning in, and I'm really excited for this fight. So yeah, that just about does it for my UFC Macau prediction video. Leave a like, leave a comment below telling me whether or not you think these predictions are right, whether you think I'm wrong. Turn on the bell notification to get subscribed. And yeah, check out my other videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video.